Hey guys, Harsh here and welcome back to Technolobe. This is the Realme GT2 Pro, their flagship phone over here in India. I am really excited to try out this smartphone because it's my first time trying out a Realme flagship phone. Let's go ahead and open up the box. The first thing that you'll find inside the box is a sleeve. Now this sleeve contains a couple of things. You get some paperwork and you also get the SIM card ejector tool. The next thing is the smartphone itself. They've sent out in this paper green color which is absolutely stunning, and we will keep it aside for a moment. Keeping that aside, the next thing inside the box is a case. Now this is not a transparent case, it is a grey case, which I do appreciate, and the quality is good as well. I like this case. Keeping that aside as well, let's see what else do we get inside the box. Moving on, we have the 65-watt adapter inside the box. Finally, you also get the USB Type-C cable. So those were the box contents. Let's keep everything inside the box and we'll get back to the smartphone. It is now time to remove the plastic. Let's kill off the background music. I am going to shut up as well, and let's listen to that plastic removal sound. So here we go. This is the Realme GT2 Pro in this paper green color, which looks absolutely stunning, and I am very excited to try out the smartphone. I will use it for a couple of days and then I'll get back to you guys. Alright, welcome back. This is it. This is the Realme GT2 Pro. I have been using it for a couple of days, and spoiler alert, this smartphone is very impressive. Now this is the first time that I'm trying a Realme flagship smartphone. Realme started off as a budget-centric brand and slowly moved up the ladder, and with this smartphone they've reached a new level. So this is their flagship smartphone over here in India, and I have to say it offers some really good specifications for the price. Let's start by talking about design and build quality. Design-wise, this smartphone is top-notch. It's a very comfortable and lightweight smartphone. It weighs in only at 189 grams if you go for the paper variant. You also get a glass variant which will add 10 grams. So yeah, I would recommend you to go with this paper variant because the feel of the back panel is also top notch. Now talking about the back panel, I am really glad to see something else than glass over here because frankly I was bored of glass. Realme has done a very good job with the back panel. The feel is amazing, it looks awesome as well, and yeah, a job well done. Now if we talk about the build quality, Realme has not cheaped out over here. You get Corning Gorilla Glass Victus up front, and you also get a metal frame. Build quality wise, this phone feels premium, it feels sturdy, does not feel cheap at all. Now one design choice that I do not appreciate is the removal of the headphone jack. The headphone jack is not available with this smartphone, which is kind of annoying to be honest. Anyway, moving on, let's talk about what lies under the hood. This smartphone comes with top of the line specifications. You get Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, along with that you get LPDDR5 RAM, 8GB or 12GB. Along with that you also get 128 or 256GB of UFS 3.1 storage. The battery capacity is 5000 mAh and you get 65-watt fast charging with the charger inside the box itself. On the software side of things, this smartphone comes with Realme UI 3.0 out of the box based on Android 12. Now that is excellent. You get Android 12 out of the box. Realme, just like Samsung, is doing a good job with software, at least for this year. Now talking about the software, you do get bloatware out of the box, which is not a good experience to be honest. You're gonna pay 50 or 1000 rupees for this smartphone, and at this price point bloatware should not be there. So if someone from Realme is watching this, then please do not push bloatware in such an expensive smartphone. It doesn't feel premium to be honest. But anyway, coming back to the performance, you get very good performance with this smartphone. Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 performs really well on this smartphone and it does not feel slow at all. In fact, it is a very fast and smooth experience. In my initial testing period, I loved the performance of this smartphone. I've not seen any heating issues as well. The performance of this smartphone is as expected. Also, Realme has done a good job in terms of software optimization. It's not like the software is buggy. Nope, nothing like that. The software optimization is good on this smartphone. Now, one of the best things with this smartphone is its display. It comes with a 2K AMOLED panel with 120Hz refresh rate, and it is an LTPO 2.0 panel, which means that the refresh rate will automatically switch between 1Hz to 120Hz. This helps a lot in terms of saving battery life. So LTPO 2.0 is a big fat thumbs up from my side. Now, if we talk about the panel quality itself, it is a very good panel. It is 2K, very sharp, very bright. You get a peak brightness of up to 1400 nits, and the colors are awesome as well. The viewing angles are great and the colors just pop out. If you like to consume any sort of media on this smartphone, then you are in for a treat. watching movies on Netflix, videos on YouTube or Instagram Reels, everything is a treat with this display. I really like the display quality and Realme has done a good job over here. Also 120Hz is working like a charm. As I said, it is an LTPO panel which will dynamically change the refresh rate and I have not seen any frame drops whatsoever. It is a smooth experience and Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 is easily able to handle this LTPO panel. No issues over there. All in all, display wise, this smartphone is sorted. This gets me to my favorite part about any smartphone, and that is the cameras. On the rear side, you get a triple camera setup, a 50 megapixel primary camera with optical image stabilization. You also get a 50 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, and finally you get a microscopic camera. On the front side of things, you get a 32 megapixel selfie shooter. If we talk about the photos turn out to be really good from this smartphone. The main as well as the ultra wide angle camera are shooting some amazing photos. The dynamic range is very impressive, the colors are natural, and the photos are detailed as well. Realme has done a good job in terms of the image processing algorithm because the photos are turning out to be very pleasing to the eye. I like the cameras on this smartphone. It's just that this smartphone does not come with a telephoto camera. If it had a telephoto camera, then the experience would be complete. But the lack of a telephoto camera is fulfilled by the microscopic camera. The microscopic camera is a very interesting one. You can literally zoom a lot and click microscopic images. Here are some examples and you guys let me know what do you feel about them in the comment section down below. I showed this feature to a couple of my friends and they were literally surprised. So yes, you do get bragging rights with this microscopic feature. If we talk about low light photography, you do get a dedicated night mode and night mode is really good. In fact, it is awesome. You can shoot some amazing low light photos using the night mode. You get very detailed and high quality photos even in low lighting conditions. So that is an excellent point. If you talk about them selfies, the selfies are not disappointing as well. You get detailed selfies, skin tones are natural, and the dynamic range is impressive as well. Also, I tried out selfie portrait mode, which works surprisingly well on this smartphone. The edge reduction is good and so is the background blur. All in all, as far as my first impressions go, the cameras are excellent on this smartphone. It's just that the telephoto camera is missing. This gets me to other little things. This smartphone comes with great speakers. The speaker quality is top notch. You get stereo speakers, they get loud enough and they are clear as well. It's not like the speakers are distorting. You get clear cut sound. If we talk about biometric authentication, you get an in-display fingerprint scanner which is very fast and works like a charm. It is fast, accurate and I have had no issues with it whatsoever. It's an excellent in-display fingerprint sensor. Also with this smartphone, you get 5G connectivity. Although necessary 5G bands are available, as and when 5G rollout starts in India, you will be able to use it on this smartphone. So overall, as far as my first impressions go, I am very impressed with the Realme GT 2 Pro. In fact, I am so impressed that I am going to shift to this smartphone. Currently, I am using the Samsung Galaxy S22 and I am going to shift to this smartphone in a couple of days. After that, I will do my thorough testing and will mention about each and every point in my full review, which will come after a couple of weeks. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel because you don't want to miss that video. So anyway, that's been it. This was my unboxing and initial impressions of the Realme GT 2 Pro. Do let me know how you feel about this video in the comment section down below. If you like this content, go ahead that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It will mean the world to me. My name is Harsh Punjabi and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.